Welcome back. I wanted to continue on our insurance series. It's been a couple weeks since the Chris Hamilton episode that we did earlier in January, but after that conversation with him, we were just talking about insurance in general and started talking about disability insurance. And that prompted me to realize that that was a topic that I have not covered before. It's something that comes up periodically. I will clarify it's not something that actively sell or push. Wanted to outline that at the very beginning, but just wanted to cover the topic, educate a little bit, and give some additional color or things to consider if you are in need of it. And maybe you have thought about it, just haven't done it, or most people just have something through their employer, which is usually short and long term, and it's usually call it 60% of their income. And that may be enough for you, depending on if you have a spouse that's working, depending on how much you spend of your income, all sorts of different things. But specifically for business owners, high income earners, usually that's a potential gap. For example, say you made $1 million a year and you only have long-term disability after a couple month waiting period, and your long-term disability is only 60%, so you're losing out on potentially 400,000 that your life may need to operate. So if you were to become disabled, especially long term, what is the impact of that? This is especially prevalent if you're the sole income producer for the family. The easiest example is a high income earning surgeon. If they lose the ability to earn, yeah, they could become a teacher, but they would be going from making $1 million to 100 or 200,000 on the high end. That's going to be a radically different life for that individual. So I have some notes over here, just some things to consider. No surprise, just like health insurance, or excuse me, life insurance, your age, your health, your gender, tobacco usage, your occupation matters a lot in this case, more so than some other insurances. The length of the waiting period, your income, the length of the benefits, all these features. There's a lot of customization that can go into a policy when you buy it for yourself versus an employer plan. Is going to be more standardized. That shouldn't be a huge surprise there. Um, from a cost standpoint, I know that's oftentimes the objection outside of just simply just doing it. And as a general range, you're looking at 1 to 3% of your annual income. So on the high end for $1 million policy, you're probably looking at around 30,000. Potentially could be more, could be less, but these are just some general ranges. Um, so was utilizing this NerdWallet article as just a general outline for this discussion because I'm not good at memorizing all of this stuff. Um, some questions to ask yourself: how much of your income would you need to replace to maintain your lifestyle? Um, and what stuck with me coming out of that conversation with Chris, as soon as we finished recording, was um, I feel like most people that I meet with, extremely successful people, that most people get the umbrella insurance. They have good health insurance. They have good life insurance, but disability is not something that you see as often. But I don't know what the exact percentages or probabilities are, but you're way more likely to become disabled than death. And so, but yet, and I'm guilty of it as well. I do not have a disability policy in place. I know I should. I will look to remedy that in the near term. But so, how long could you wait before disability benefits kick in? Say you're the high income earner, you probably have some significant cash savings. So, yeah, you could go longer than the average person. But at some point, like that income or your assets are invested, they could be locked up, they could be in a business, you name it. You need this for the cash flow. How long would you want the benefits to last? Uh, Not to keep going back to the conversation with Chris, but he pretty much outlined like, hey, like if he was hypothetically to become disabled, then that's you just multiply your salary times whatever number of years, and it adds up significantly. And then it's how broadly would you define disability, and how rich of the benefits you're looking for. So these are just some things to consider. There's a lot of resources online. Feel free to reach out if you have questions. We know a lot of people that do this and are specialists at this. Um, but this was not to push any sort of product, but merely to educate around why disability insurance is important as part of a broader, strong financial foundation and financial plan. So, thank you, and I will see you soon.